So a few days ago on X, someone posted this really cool video where you can connect Blender to Claude and you can create, models from scratch. You can create environments like what you're seeing right now with lights. You can render these environments. You can make videos out of these renders. And already different people have been trying or experimenting this little workflow where they create little models like this. They import other models and they import textures and materials, as you can see. And what I want to do today is I want to show you the simple process of how to get this set up, and maybe we can build out a few use cases together, and I'll show you how easy it really is. But guys, before we dive into today's video, I'd love to invite you all to my Discord community, the Creator Network. We're a bunch of different startup founders, designers, developers from all around the world, and we get together every single weekday to talk about different stuff. So if you guys are interested in joining that conversation, link is down below. Anyways, the first thing that you need here is obviously a Claude plan. So I guess you can use the free plan, but it's not really, it's going to be quite limited. So I suggest having the Pro. I have the Max 5X and it's really, really well. Like I never run out of credits and I do a lot, but the Pro plan, I guess, is enough for you guys in this video. You also need to obviously have Blender installed in your machine. Right now, Blender 5.1 is like the latest version. You just click on download and it automatically downloads. And then this is the GitHub repo where all the magic happens. So it's called the Blender MCP. And don't worry guys, I'll link it down below so you guys can find it easily. And the next thing that I'm going to be using today is Google Antigravity. You can use Cursor or VSCode. I'm just going to use Antigravity for the purpose of this video. But the important thing is that you just have that Claude Code extension inside of Antigravity or Cursor or VSCode, whatever you use. And the reason why I'm using an IDE is because mostly because of organization. I open it up with an empty folder and then I start experimenting with this Blender MCP. And then as I start rendering images and videos, I save it in like another subfolder. So it's like all organized. And so once we have those tools, I'm going to open up a fresh new folder, created it from scratch, called Blender Claude. And so in this case, once you open up Antigravity, I'm going to go ahead and click on open folder, and we're going to open up that empty folder that we just created. Click on yes, I trust the author, because you're the author. And then we're going to go over here to extensions. And if you don't have it installed already, you just want to look for Claude Code. This one by Anthropic, make sure that it's by Anthropic. And then once that's installed, you're going to see it over here in the left panel. Click on that, you start up a new session, and boom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the web and just copy this URL and take it back in here. And I'm just going to say clone this repo and paste in the URL, click on enter. And as you can see, it created this Blender-MCP subfolder with the different assets, with the project configuration, documentation, and so on. And now I'm just going to open up Blender over here on the side and click outside of that box. And now we start off with this nice little cube in the center. That's like the standard starting point for Blender. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on file, click on save as, just to give it a name. And as you can see, now it's over here. I'm just going to say, can you delete the cube in my model.blend project? And then it says here, install the add-on. In Blender, go to edit and then preferences. And then we have add-ons. And then you just have to check Blender MCP. And then we just want to click on N. And then over here, Blender MCP, let's just click on this. And this is where things get interesting, because we can use assets from different places. So for example, yesterday I was testing with Sketchfab. So we can check over here. We need our Sketchfab API key. And basically to do this, you need to log into Sketchfab. It's free. And then you can go down here and you can go under settings. And then under password and API, you're going to see your API as the second line there. You just want to copy that API. And then we can paste that in here. And another great connector here is this Hyper3D Rodin 3D model generation. And if you click check over here, you would also need their API key. And to generate or to create a new API key, you do need a business subscription, which costs around $96. But every time you refresh the page, they give you like this promotion. So it's $60 really. It's not $96 for your first month. But it also says here, set free trial API key. So we can try that out. Let's see, I've never used that. And then we want to click on connect to MCP server. And then we can just say like ready or done. And now our nice little cube is finally gone. But the good news is that Blender MCP is officially connected to our project. So I can say like add a tree in the center, and it created a tree from scratch. As you can see, very, very simple. It didn't really use any, open source asset from Sketchfab or from Hyper3D, but we can say like replace the tree with a tree from Hyper3D Rodin. And so in real time, it deletes the tree, and it's going to use that free trial API key that I added to Blender. And while we wait for that, I'm also inside of this website, and I could see that you can generate text to 3D. That seems pretty interesting. So I'm going to try this out. And so we get a higher quality tree, I guess, from Rodin. I can see that has like a nice little materials for the wood over here. It's a little bit more crafted as the other one. And then we can start setting up an environment. So for example, make the tree sit on a concrete floor surrounded by brick walls imported from Sketchfab, and add some light ornaments on the tree. And in the meantime, I've been playing around with like a new tree. I really like this palm tree. I said generate like a plastic palm tree, and we get something like this, which looks pretty cool. And what you can do is you can send this also to Sketchfab. And in the meantime, we go back to Blender and Antigravity. We can see that the ornaments are there, like the light ornaments are there, but they're kind of like spiraling above the tree, and there's no walls enclosing the tree, which is what I was expecting. I guess if I maybe scroll up, you can see the walls somewhere. There they are. So I guess we need to be a little bit more specific as to what we want. And so what I'm going to write is like, there must be 3 walls, same height as a tree, and they must enclose the tree and just leave one face as an opening, like a square with a missing face. And additionally, place the ornaments under the tree on the ground. And we brought in our model into Sketchfab. So what we can do is we can also replace our tree eventually with this tree that we generated for free in Rodin AI. So we can just grab this URL from here and then eventually replace it. Just tell Claude Code to replace a tree with this URL. And now we start to get our walls kind of enclosed, and we get the ornaments on the bottom of the tree. So now I'm just going to say replace the tree with this object and paste in that URL. Click on enter, and we can research for keywords like alleyway. So I can click on, for example, this 3D model, and as you can see, it like takes us into this alleyway, and we can eventually like place the tree in here and create some type of cool video with like the combination of this alleyway and the tree. But let's just wait for this to generate first, and then we can try that out. And by the way, before you give Blender your model to download, you have to make sure that you set this from no to free, because if no, it's just gonna bring in another palm tree that's not yours, like this one. So I'm gonna make sure that, you just wanna make sure that it's set to free and not no. And let's replace the walls and the floor with this alleyway. And it's basically added that. We just wanna make sure that the tree is a little bit smaller, so we can maybe decrease the size by 20%. So decrease the size of the tree by 20%. And all right, it's much smaller. So what we wanna do is maybe we wanna select that tree, and what we can do here is we can choose this and just move it a little bit on the right. I think it's always good to have a little bit of a manual touch to this as well. All right, and now it worked with my own tree, so I'm very happy. Now I have my tree that I generated just a couple of minutes ago, and boom, now it's in the middle of the alleyway. And now for the fun part, I'm gonna generate like a 5-second clip, and where we're inside of the alleyway and we're kind of like getting closer to the tree. So we can say create a 5-second clip of the camera moving towards the tree from inside the alleyway as if someone is walking and approaching the tree. So we can go ahead and try that. And as you can see now, Claude Code via the Blender MCP has placed the camera back here towards the tree. And Claude Code basically told me how to render it inside of Blender. I'm just telling it to render it for me as an MP4 and save that video as in a new subfolder in this project. And at the end of the day, that's why I really like to use Cursor or Antigravity, so that it helps me with the organization. And now for this 5-second video, it's going to render 120 PNG frames from Blender and turn that into an MP4. And then as you can see, like in the center of my screen, we get these new images being rendered, and I can just maybe click on one of these early ones, like 26. And you can see our little palm tree that we generated inside of this Sketchfab environment, this alleyway with our little lights on the bottom. And we're currently at 85, 86, 87 mark, and there's 120 in total. So we just need like maybe a minute or two left. All right, and we're almost there. And to be very precise with you guys, it took around 7 minutes to generate this. So all 120 frames are present, switching to MP4 now. And it's using this PYAV plugin for image IO. All right, and our video is now done. So I'm gonna click on play, and we get our little like walking movement towards the tree. And now it's like kind of like looking at the trunk of the tree. But this is our first render. It looks pretty good, to be honest. And now for a bonus part of this video is that I want to take a screenshot of this image. And so we can go like something like this. And then I'm going to open up that screenshot and I'm going to draw over a specific area. So maybe we want to use like this wall in the back, right? And I'm going to click on done, save that image. And then I'm going to insert that image in here. And what you can do is you can look online for like a light sign or some type of poster and basically find this or get this URL. So I can say the attached image is one of the first frames of the video you rendered. I drew a red circle to indicate the location of the wall in the background where I would like to add a neon sign that is almost, or neon light sign, that's right, to be a little bit more specific, that is almost identical to this. And I'm just gonna paste in that URL. And so in this case, Etsy blocked the fetch, but it knows the context of that neon light and it's gonna create its own version. But you know, another way of doing it is by also just copying that image or saving it and then adding it to the chat as well as a reference. And the goal is just to like recreate that image in Blender and add it to the wall and basically add it to the scene. And then as you can see over here, it says, the world is yours. And obviously it has like this very ugly font, but again, if you give it that image reference, then you'll get something nicer. If you're building some cool stuff with this Blender MCP, please let me know. Please join the community and share it with us. And like always, thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.